Hello folks, it's my hope that this video finds you well. Welcome to the Spot On. And of course, on this particular platform, we discuss and analyze matters of politics. We do it in a way that you will only find it on this particular platform. Now, folks, Azimio supporters are mad, angry and furious at their party leader or their coalition leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. Why? Because Raila seems to have changed tact. Yesterday in evening, when he was being interviewed by a certain media house, he said that they are no longer going to storm State House. Folks, that particular statement didn't augur well with most of his supporters because the belief and the clarion call was that tomorrow, that is on 20th of Monday, they were going to, storm State House. And that's why he even went ahead and declared tomorrow to be, a public holiday. But now, when it's now emerging from him that they are no longer going to storm State House, folks, this particular statement was not taken kindly by most of his supporters. Folks, that's something that has made most of these supporters even, they're even considering not to attend tomorrow's demonstration. They feel like they want to boycott that particular demonstration because they have said most of them it was not even the issue about the cost of life. They just wanted to storm State House, and because they were arguing out that if it's the issue of reduction of cost of life, then everyone was going to feel, better, both in Azimio and UDA, and they wanted a way to punish those who are on the other count. So they were feeling like that the best revenge to William Ruto is just to storm State House and maybe to flush him out or such kind of a thing. So, folks, that particular statement has actually angered most of them. But now the question is, why did Raila decide to change tact? Folks, that's what I want us to look into. And folks, by the way, if you are on this channel for the very first time, kindly on your screen you can see the subscribe button. Kindly just take 2 seconds of your time and press that particular button, because you subscribing to the channel will the next time we post a video, YouTube is going to automatically let you know of our new video. So kindly subscribe. And to those who have already subscribed, thank you so much, guys, for your continued support. Now, why did Raila change tact? Raila could have changed tact because of, quite a number of reasons. One, maybe it could be a strategy. Raila could be maybe playing with the government's mind or with Ruto's mind, that what, this time around we are not going to we are not going to storm State House anymore. What we are going to do is just to have a peaceful demonstration and present our issues to the relevant authorities, and then decide or go back at home. So that, because if he does that, he wants maybe these people to have that security lapse, so that at least the security officers cannot be hard on them, can be tough on them, and then say that after all, these people are not going to storm State House. So it could have been a strategy that Azimio is using on the government, so that at least they can catch them unaware. So at least the moment that they hit CBD, because remember that there were some reports that one of the strategy that the government was planning on these particular individuals of not accessing the CBD was to, deploy as many police officers as possible at strategic points, so that at least they don't get or they don't access CBD, that is tomorrow. So this could be a tactic, it could be a strategy. That's the first reason as to why Raila could have changed tact. The second reason is because maybe he's under pressure, or he has been pressurized and he has succumbed to that particular pressure. Because remember, there's a certain time he said that he was under pressure from different quarters, that at least he can call off tomorrow's tomorrow's demonstration. So maybe he could have succumbed to this particular pressure and say that, okay, we need to call off, or we don't need to be that radical the way they had planned before, because you remember the tone that he used to have in those particular rallies and the tone that he had yesterday in that particular interview are two different people. So maybe he has succumbed to the pressures from all those particular quarters. And folks, in this particular case, you heard from a very the leadership of the church, from some quarters of the government. Even yesterday in the I think it was in the evening or late afternoon, even heard from some leaders from the ruling coalition. They were still asking him to, reconsider his Monday plan demos, at least to call it off, so at least he can give the government time to, deliver. That's one. Another quarter where maybe pressure will be, coming from is the diplomatic corps, because remember that members of the diplomatic corps, they represent various country, and as a result, they represent various interests. There's a lot of interest that they have in this particular country, and with such kind of, high multitude demonstration, things might go south, and in the long run they're also going to suffer. So one of the ways to avoid this is that whenever there is a threat to that particular interest, what happens is that they pile pressure. So maybe they could have piled pressure to the opposition leader, at least, even if not to call off the demonstration, but at least to tone down. So at least whatever they were planning to do, something like storming State House, at least they remove it out of the equation. And as a result of that, a lot of things are not going to be destroyed, or it's not going to be as radical as the way it was, or the way they used to talk about it in those particular rallies or in those particular barazas. So maybe there's another quarter where this particular pressure might have come from. And most likely the third one from, I think, the international communities or countries, those who are in East Africa, maybe there could have been talks. They have talked, or they have engaged the opposition leader to at least call off that particular demonstration. So, folks, this particular pressure groups, or the pressure that is coming from these particular quarters, could have been a reason as to why Raila has decided to change tact of not going to storm State House. Because yesterday, remember in that particular interview, the moment they said, or the moment he said that he was going to, or they were going to, write some memos and present them to the president, it means, yeah, that they have now accepted that Ruto is the president. You remember when he started this particular public meetings or public rallies, one thing which was on the table was the issue of legitimacy. They used to question Ruto's legitimacy, claiming that one, he didn't recognize him as president, and two, because he didn't, according to them, Ruto didn't win. But right now they are saying that in tomorrow's demonstration, what they are going to do is that they are going to write a memo and present that particular memo to the president at Harambe House. If you not be at Harambe House, you will do it, or they'll take it to State House. So that particular statement means that they now recognize Ruto as president. So why is he now recognized Ruto as president? Because of the pressure that I'm talking about. The third reason as to why Raila might have changed tact is because there might be talks, ongoing talks behind the scenes between them and Kenya Kwanza administration. Because yesterday he was very clear. He stated that There are three, rallying points or main concern that they want the Kenya Kwanza administration to address. If they fail to, unless those particular issues are addressed, they'll not back off from the demonstration. One was the high cost of living, two, reconstitution of IEBC, and then the electoral theft, the opening of servers. So those particular aspects. So maybe there is an engagement behind the scene, and maybe he or his team are in contact with Ruto's team. And in such kind of cases, you realize that the parties, they are likely uh, to not they're likely not to be as radical the way they used to be before. So you realize that there's a change of tune, or there's a change in how they conduct the activities. And actually, I think that's what is happening. So in the event that Raila has really changed tact of not storming state house, then there's a likelihood that these people, they are engaging behind the scenes, and they are now talking in one language. So as a way to give room, for more dialogue, you realize that some of these hard stance, they actually change the tack. At least they don't take that hard line. They don't become hardliners anymore. Even if they go for demonstration, they just do that for the sake of maybe deceiving supporters that what, I called for demonstration and we have actually gone into that particular demonstration. It's a success, or we did it. But in the real sense, that's not the end goal. Because you also remember that yesterday he said that if the government will not listen to them, then we will have more of this demonstration. They can decide to have them twice a week. If maybe having them twice a week will not yield the needed result, then they'll even have them 3 times a week until that time that these people will be ready to listen to them. The last reason as to why maybe Raila maybe decided to change tack is maybe because he fears, loss of lives. Because remember that here in this particular demonstration, we have got a church supporters who believed that their victory was stolen, and this is a very dangerous group. Combined with the fact that, or you add on top of the fact that